You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for WWE's Monday Night Raw. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest WWE news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for WWE's Monday Night Raw.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I like this music.
Synergy,
All right, here we
baby.
go. Sounds good.
Oh my.
It's in sync with the TV.
It is completely in sync with the TV, maybe because that's
from the
where
TV?
it's coming from.
I
That's
watch
what she
TV.
said.
my mad schemes.
What's up, all you stars and studs? I am Maria, and I am here with my fabulous crew, which continues to grow. We even have like an audience as well today, which
Millions.
We've had actually an audience every week.
we have.
pretty
I
cool.
was actually trying to not say that, but thank you for calling me out. Awesome, Lilian Garcia, everybody.
Way to go, Lilian.
Say it like it is. Say it like it is.
Preston Gomez.
Hey guys, Mr. to the P coming in live.
There wasn't any
He had no thing.
added
He had no thing
stuff.
this week. He had no thing.
That's it right now.
Yeah,
Just
he's
keep it, keep
He's
it
a little humble after
He's
what
a
happened last
little
week.
stressed now.
I just got back from
going
Vegas,
on?
guys. It was a long weekend.
Oh.
Shout out Ryan DeSenzo winning the Dew Tour.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Vegas
Dave
Preston.
Lagana
Hello,
over here.
hello.
And some guy sitting next to me.
My best friend. My best friend, Mike Bennett.
The prodigy, Mike Bennett.
Hello.
It's awesome to have you here.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yes, I have lots to talk about.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
everyone shush.
Shush.
My palms are sweating already.
Why don't you
taking
tell
over.
us about you and wrestling combined? Where do you come from?
Well,
Where do you come from?
Yeah, I mean, I know
Well,
the whole thing of the birds
my
and the
mom
bees,
and
but
no. Yeah, no, I've been wrestling for, 10 years now. I started when I was 16, and now I'm at the ripe old age of 26. I have done dark matches for the WWE and TNA, and finally last year, I signed with Ring of Honor.
Nice.
And that's where I am right now, currently. And Dave was actually helpful in getting me there.
Yeah, well,
Awesome.
Now I've left you. To
And then
go
he
do-
left me.
Do other stuff.
are you
Thank you.
lonely now?
I am lonely.
He is Brutal Bob.
Now
He
I
is
have-
Brutal Bob.
Well,
How are you
Brutal-
liking things over at
Oh,
Ring of
I
Honor?
love it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great place to just get really good.
And
then go, hopefully go wherever you want. But right now, that's where I am, and that's where I want to stay.
And the people love you there.
They do. The
They
fans
hate
hate
him.
my life.
Hate him.
With a passion.
One of the greatest texts that I ever got from him was, I wake up in the morning, I get told I suck, and then I get out of bed.
Yes.
There you go.
At least once a day. So
Sounded like me all week long.
What are you
Every single one of the
talking
girl
about?
fans.
Oh my God! After last week, this guy had
Yeah.
a bullet. I mean,
Took me 3 hours to
target on his
retweet
back.
every messages that I got. It was pretty exciting.
I feel your
actually, guys.
pain.
Yeah.
I can't believe that
I
you
do.
retweeted all of them, actually.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
know.
know, hey, WWE Universe, I care.
Well, fantastic. We're glad about that. We definitely are. So this week's show, I really enjoyed.
It was
Yes.
better than last week.
Was. I mean, it
That's
was
like
in
saying, Bill,
Mexico. 14,000 people, 14,500 about rounds
Right.
there, or 425 people. I mean, I wonder how
First
they.
time.
First time they did
first
television
time
in Mexico.
TV in Mexico.
You know, they-
Really?
Yeah, first time television.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so
That's amazing.
You can imagine. I mean, when we went to Mexico before, we were talking about this before, how we would do the bull rings. you
Yeah.
know, as far as performing, and which are so awesome.
They're amazing.
I mean, they're outside. It's so great. However, they're smaller.
Yeah.
So for something like this, they had to definitely do it in a big venue, and so it was
Yeah.
perfect for TV.
and this venue, what was the venue called?
That I do not know.
I didn't.
Oh, wait
pay
a
it.
minute. It's probably no.
No, it's going to be
it
in
already
Spanish.
passed.
I won't read it.
Oh,
You know.
habla español. No. I did not.
Oh.
What? No, what's going on?
Gotcha.
Oh.
I got the sign.
She got scolded.
Oh no.
Shame on
Shame on
you.
me.
Don't hide
You gotta
the
put Rey Mysterio on the
AfterBuzz.
glass.
No, it's
Cup.
not that. It's the lighting.
Oh.
Apparently, when we put this here, the
Well,
lighting.
Then,
does-
then you look like you're.
No, I'm glowing.
Glowing.
You are glowing, especially with those sparkly, shiny
Bling
things
bling.
that I'm
Stunner
very
high five.
jealous of. I might steal them.
I know you will
Bedazzled.
not.
She will
I mean,
kick your
Elle is
patootie.
Have an L.
the start of
You
my
are-
middle name, so we'll just go by Louise from now on.
Louise.
I don't know about having Johnny Ace start the show. I don't know your guys' thoughts on that, but for me, I almost wanted to see.
Got a calic.
He does have a cowlick.
That's bad. Eddie.
I'll
Took a
tell
nap
this
on the
from-
way there.
You are such a hater.
He's got a calic. I have him too.
Can you say something nice about him? One thing.
I think it was nice that they put him in front of a country that didn't understand him, so he cut his promo.
I thought his promo was actually pretty funny.
He's getting-
He's getting better.
good.
He's getting
Yeah.
better.
It's just he's getting practice. Now they'll be able to respond to him.
All right. Well, and then he said that he makes some mistakes,
Yes.
and he really, he wants to say that he's sorry for those and everything. And he started with Que Pasa, and I was like, really? That's what you're gonna start with? They can't understand you anyways. From here on out, they're just like, what are you saying?
I thought that was perfect.
Yeah.
The way he said it too is just it was on point.
Hey,
He
Que
made me laugh.
Pasa.
Hey,
Hey,
pasa.
there it is.
there we
right
go.
there. You do the best. You do the breast impression.
Wow.
I
The
think
breast?
he
The
drained the
breast?
show.
The
I don't do
From
the
the
breast
beginning?
impression.
Like I
Yeah.
said, just got back from Vegas.
I think that it should have started a little bit peppier with this show, especially with what they went out on last week.
Right.
If you feed off of that, you should go in hot, come out with a great
Yeah.
match, get the crowd excited, let's go, blah, blah, blah. But,
comes
they
JR.
did bring out JR, which then did get a pop from the
Yes.
crowd, and unfortunately wasn't for the
Even
greatest
though they probably
of
never
things
listened to his
again, but-
commentary either.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't, but they do know him, and
Yeah.
he's been a staple in wrestling for a long time.
They were happy to see him for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, they were definitely happy to see him. And I really liked the hug that Johnny gave him. It made me laugh hysterically. It really did.
They're good friends.
What?
They're good friends.
Oh, are they? No,
They're not.
not at all. Have they ever been friends?
No.
No.
I don't think. I think they're like coworkers. You work with somebody and you either like them or you don't.
Exactly. And I think that happens a lot in any job.
Yeah.
That always
Well, I mean,
happens. You like
JR
some people
trained
and you
Johnny
don't.
to take the job and prepared him to be the executive vice president of talent relations, as he says every time he's out there. And Johnny has not yet found his John Laurinaitis, who's replacing him. So we'll
Oh,
see. Yeah, you're always supposed to be training your replacement in life.
Look at that hug.
okay.
That is a great hug.
That's
Yes.
heavenly.
Look at his eyes. He's like, why am I eating your shoulder?
Yeah.
Tastes delicious.
The look on his face reminded me when he was a heel for a little bit. And
Yeah.
he-
So much love here.
So
anyway.
much love. So
JR.
then they show the package of Michael Cole and the goodbye chant, and just here, I'll sock it to you one more time, and they make the match.
Yep.
The main event match, which is John Cena and JR against Roberto Del Rio and Michael Cole.
Alberto.
Roberto.
What did
You said Roberto.
Did I?
Yes.
Roberto? Yeah.
Well,
That's his evil
Alberto, Alberto. How can I? No, I'm just kidding.
His look like ours.
Alberto is the proper
That's
way.
right. Very good.
Thank you. Okay, from now
Alberto.
on, every time that I go like this.
Alberto.
That's very
Okay,
good.
fantastic.
You're gonna be his announcer. AfterBuzz. Now he has an
Del
official.
Rio.
Oh
Exactly.
gosh.
That's it.
There's nothing
Welcome
like
back,
Lillian
Lillian.
announcing you
Yeah.
at all. Nothing like it. It's amazing. And
I'm gonna have to go
and
in
she
for a
had a
song.
different way of doing it for each person. She had it set of like, okay, this is how I say this person's, and this is it's amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so that match was set. Loved how the Twitter is now up. And
Yeah, it's on everybody's entrances
On
now.
everybody's
Everybody's.
entrance. Wow.
Except for
That
Dolph
was another
Ziggler.
first. That was
Except
another
for
first.
Dolph
Well, because
Ziggler.
I
He
didn't,
didn't have a match.
I didn't
match,
see him though. When they were being accompanied to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ring,
there was
they
just
did
the
not
guy.
show.
It was
Yeah.
the guy in the match.
So
Just
like
Jack
Kelly
Swagger.
Kelly, I don't
Right.
think I saw hers.
No.
No.
She was being accompanied,
Right.
or Eve was being accompanied.
They
by
did
her.
do them in the first season of NXT. Someone tweeted me that they did do it then. So it's not really a first for them, but it's a first for the main company. So.
Oh, they
were
tweeted you that
forcing it
already?
home, too.
Well, no, it was during the show they tweeted
Oh,
me. 'Cause I
okay.
asked. Because I didn't know.
Oh, I was like, really? That happened that fast?
I love it. Our
That's
fans
amazing.
will just correct you.
Oh, yeah.
Dime.
You spelled
You
that word
are
wrong.
wrong. That's okay. It's
love
always
it.
nice to have a set of checks and balances.
I love it.
You know,
I love it.
and
To keep
get
you
a
on your
little out of
toes.
control from time to time. So then we had Randy Orton and John Morrison match. Of course, I have Nitro wrote down here because that's what I.
Johnny Nitro.
Did you really?
I do.
He hasn't been Nitro in like forever.
I know, but that's what I was at OVW with him at.
2007. It was 2007.
I
2007.
my brain stopped. It just stopped. It was like, okay, that's it. That's his name. That's just like Dolph is known as other things, the natural, and he told us all about that.
Yes.
It was fun.
Oh, we were commenting on his jacket.
Oh,
Good jacket.
oh my gosh.
The artwork. Can I
On John
just
Morrison.
shout out seriously to seamstresses are over there?
Julie.
Yes, Julie, and Julie's the one that does
Does his
all
jackets,
the
yeah.
bling bling. Also, because her sister. Oh my gosh!
Don't worry, I
Why am
blanked out too.
You're blanking out too.
I always do.
Julie and Janet's makeup.
Janet's
Oh
makeup.
my gosh!
It'll come to me.
Yeah, me too. We know her forever. She's
They've been there 20 years.
yeah.
20 years.
Yes.
It's
Making
amazing.
outfits.
They have made such incredible outfits, and I love when they make Sean's outfits because
I know.
Sean's outfits are one of
Well,
my
Sean's
favorites.
outfits were made by Julie, who makes Morrison and Shannon Moore's, and she's
Right.
married to Shannon
She's
Moore.
and Ric Flair.
And she
makes
used to
all
make
the bling
mine
bling.
Yeah.
as well when for WrestleMania and everything. So big shout out to her. And I'm sure that she made those Divas of Doom like crazy,
Oh, the spikes,
spiky. Yes.
Oh, that was awesome. And she's the rock and roller, so
Oh,
she
she
loved
is.
making that one.
She comes in with those high
sure.
heels on. And I loved when she would sew stuff, it was always in her high heels. She didn't take those suckers off. She did it right in her heels. I liked this match, at least the beginning of the match of Randy and Morrison. I really enjoyed
and
it.
Sheamus. Don't
I
forget
like
the
the
Great
old
White.
Intercontinental belt.
Sheamus. And
that needed to come
Sheamus
back.
is now the Great White.
Yes.
I love that.
And-
I love that.
Isn't it great?
You kind of want to announce it, don't you, right?
Oh God, the Great White,
Oh,
or something like that.
Not that you haven't been practicing.
I haven't practiced that yet.
So I'm thinking that maybe we should have you do all of our entrances
Yes.
as we,
dream
you
come
know.
true.
You can do it. You can do it
We
next
can
week.
just
Set
record
announcement.
it, you know,
Okay.
and then it's just there every week.
Awesome.
And so,
Then we
you
can
know,
pose.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
so-
guess I have to get you maybe to do mine.
Yeah,
That's true.
no, that would be rad.
He loves like announcing
it.
too.
I love
So
Uh-huh.
I'll give him a little.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can give him a
Token,
little, you know,
token,
since he had such a
something.
hard week,
Here's me-
you know,
the
it's just
crumbs. No,
really
I'm just kidding.
difficult and everything. Mark Henry, Cody Rhodes, also in this match as well.
Six-man tag.
Six-man tag. Yes, it
I love
was.
that Cody comes out with those guys.
The
with
baggers?
Yeah.
Adds so much more to his character.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you like his character now?
I do. I liked it from the beginning. It's different. It's
very
it's
talented.
new. He needed something new, and
I think
Terry.
he found his niche. For
Terry,
sure.
that's
Terry.
it. Yes,
Oh my
Terry's,
God, I got it.
Terry's the other seamstress.
Fantastic.
Out of the blue.
Terry
Sorry.
and-
No,
You scared me for just a moment, but
We're talking about design.
Terry
His name is Mike. His name is Mike, not Terry.
It's a
I
Mike.
swear to you, it's almost like when you forget something in the
Yes.
middle of the night, you just wake up, you're like, Bob.
no,
I'm sure your husband likes when you
that's when you're sleeping on the couch.
Yeah. Who's
Right
Bob?
after that, couch.
I gotcha. Too
I
funny.
know.
Well,
Just
Terry's her
saying.
name. Oh,
Yes.
it was gonna bother me if I didn't say it.
And you know the fact with Sheamus is his fantastic skin color of the albino-ness of him,
Lighter
and
shade
we
of
were
pale.
all informed during this match
yes.
that Lagana had to tan.
Oh, yeah.
10
Oh, yeah.
years
Issues,
apart.
right?
Yeah, I'm naturally very pale, as you can see. Or
Yes.
not see. And this is better because I live in California for the last 4 years. And when I used to ride the plane, they used to call me a pasty mother
Trucker.
fucker. Yes.
Trucker.
So I
Man.
was almost shamed into tanning, which I tanned the last 2 years I worked there.
That's hilarious.
There's
I
no
remember
You know
shame.
why it's so funny?
Now, is that mystic tanning or is
No,
that just?
I went to the booth and got to the booth
and you
tanning.
were a writer.
the
You didn't
booth?
even have to like be on camera.
No, I was only on camera twice. I did when I was interviewed to be Vince's assistant, and I lost out to Stacy Keebler.
Well, of
in
course you
2000.
did.
Oh yeah, I would have not hired me either.
You weren't qualified.
Yes, and then I was supposed to be Devon's altar boy. Remember when Devon had the guy out there in the collection
yeah.
plate?
Dudley, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that thankfully didn't happen because my aunt's a nun and my family would have probably gotten rid of me. So if I would have done that, so
Yeah.
yeah. Although the untanned me would have probably fit that gimmick. So
Yeah, for sure. It's just funny to me that you even tan. Like you let
come
those
on.
words get
have you
in.
not
It was
heard
just
about peer
random.
pressure in that company? You don't think you have to let in
What?
eventually?
Peer pressure?
There was never
Bully
any peer
what?
pressure.
So
the big
for
show
those
started
at
on
home that
10.
don't know exactly what we're talking about, wrestlers tan constantly.
No, they
it's like
don't.
it's like you go.
I'm just naturally
Are you-
tan. I don't.
Shush.
You know what? Forget it. I'm done.
Do you remember Lily when we went? They went
that's
HD,
enough.
and the guys used to do fake bake, and I'll never forget was
They
the
turn
lines.
green.
well, and I think it was Kennedy and Sean worked, and I don't know if one of them had fake bake, and it just ran. And in HD,
Yeah.
it was the week before we debuted
Oh,
in
it's
HD,
so gross.
and it was running down, and all the guys went, "Oh crap, we actually have to really tan now because fake bake runs
And
on
then
HD."
the ring. You couldn't tan anymore
Yeah.
the same way because of the ring. So you had to change it. Anyways, for those at home, a lot of times the guys are like constantly tanning and the girls are constantly tanning as well. So
It looks better.
It
Yeah.
looks
It
so
really
much
does.
On
better,
television, it looks better.
especially because the lights have to be so bright and
Right.
you can't have beauty lamps on a giant ring. So you either tan or you look
Like-
not
Sheamus.
Seamus.
Like sure, it works for him. Thank God.
But it works for him.
I'm sure he's like, hallelujah.
Exactly.
Yes.
He spends a lot less money on the
Yeah,
road.
yeah.
Randy's toe touch was amazing.
This was your favorite part of the day.
It was. It was. I just was so impressed. This man is so flexible, anyways. And then
That's
he's
what she
so
said.
tall. You know what? I'm done. Just you guys go ahead.
Oh, keep talking about it. Go
on.
ahead.
No, it's okay.
Carry
Cody and Randy were fighting up the ramp. And so, did they come back
No,
ever?
it
No.
split.
No.
They split
Okay.
away. You know,
They went
it
to
came down
commercial
to they split away.
And then
They did that with
John
everyone,
Morrison.
though.
Yes, there was the bag running.
Then
Sorry.
Christian and Sheamus
It was Christian Sheamus fought away too.
fought
What was
away.
it that used to wear those face masks? Virgil. That's who it
Virgil
was.
wore that. It was
Virgil
the nose protector.
Yeah.
And Ricky Morton for anybody from 1980s.
Oh, yeah.
When you break
Rock and
somebody's
Roll
nose, they
Express.
used to have
Uh-huh.
the nose broken thing.
They
He
wear them a
wrestled
lot.
Flair with it, didn't he?
Yeah, and that's an NBA. Like, guys in the NBA wear that too.
Like
So isn't
Horace
that funny?
Grant.
Like when something happens to somebody, you always like, for example, when he broke his nose, he's probably like so devastated, and all of a sudden now he gets character out of
Yep.
it. So you have to just remember, good things can come from bad things.
Exactly.
It's all in the way you look at it.
Exactly.
It
How
is.
you spin it.
Definitely. Mark Henry standing on John Morrison's chest. I am just curious from like a wrestler's perspective. Is there a way to really take that weight off of a person and not murder them? Like
Not when you're Mark
it seems like it would still be
A lot of man.
a lot
lot of
of man.
I just couldn't see you could see the ring rope giving in.
That happened one time at a show where a rope
Best
broke
entrance in
and-
the WWE.
Yes.
John Morrison.
Cue slow-mo.
I should have.
And
Hit
it was
the hair.
and it was
One of my
that was
top five.
John's idea. That was his
really?
idea. That
To do the
entrance,
slow-mo?
slow motion, and
Yes.
the air, and I don't remember. I think the pyro was added by Kevin, but the fans and stuff because they bring out two fans,
Right.
And then they'll go wide so they can get it back to real time.
I like how he gives his glasses like Bret Hart now.
Yep.
Oh, there it is right
Zack
there.
Ryder does that too.
He has his headbands though too, doesn't he?
Look at that jacket. I mean, seriously, the
That
work
is-
that
That is
went
not
into
cheap. That is not a cheap
No.
jacket.
No, that's not a cheap jacket, and that is at least I don't know 24 hours of work.
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
she
It
does.
has to be.
What do you mean
It has
24 hours? Days.
And 24 hours. So if you did it consistently for 24 hours, you might get it all done. I mean, just from like a sewing perspective. But yeah. So back
Finish.
at the match, please. The finish of the match. Well, it didn't, and all of a sudden, didn't Sheamus and Christian went out.
Yeah.
Mark
and so
Henry
it
just
left
Mark
Mark
Henry.
Henry,
Morrison,
and Morrison
It was
in
a
the
really
ring.
good match.
Yeah, it was a good.
It was.
They
Might have
really
been the best
pushed
match.
each storyline.
Yeah, they're all
Which is
fighting
what
at the
they were
pay per
trying-
view.
yeah.
Well, that's
Which
good.
there is a pay per view this weekend. I don't know if anybody realized there is a pay per view this
Vengeance.
weekend.
Vengeance.
Yes,
One of the 5 million pay-per-views that
they
happened
just
now.
had one 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and 2
every
weeks
3
before
weeks.
that.
The 5
It's
million.
just too many. And, you
there
know,
is a
you
lot.
can't afford that many.
I'm just saying it's
just
getting
a
really
lot.
expensive. All my
You
TV
just can't
bills.
pay for it
You
anymore.
know?
Between that and
Isn't
other
that going to
ones.
be like something great though about the network? Like we were
Hopefully,
talking
yeah.
about
There's
that.
more
Yeah.
free stuff.
More free stuff, more free
Hopefully.
pay-per-views.
Gearing up for the channel, for their own channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. That's such a good looking intercontinental belt.
See the guys behind them.
Just
Yeah,
brought so much class.
You should
to
get your
them.
own. You have Bullet Bob or not
I have
Bullet
Bob behind
Bob and
me.
the
I need
Bob and the
someone
Baggers.
else. Bob.
Bob in the back.
Are these? You know, I didn't even notice. Are the baggers always the same every
No,
week?
they change.
They
No.
change. So
They
it's
put
not like
the
they're
extras
traveling
in the
back.
back.
Like one
Extras.
week, I recognized one of the WWE.com guys. It was this bald guy that I met at Comic Con. So it changes. Whoever's
You
in the
come
suit.
with me. Get over here, hold
Your
my
local
bags.
Grab this
indie
paper
wrestler.
bag, boy.
Bag
Match
boy.
was finished with the
That's
World's
it.
Strongest
boys.
Slam. Great finish. And then we
Huge
see Johnny
slam.
with the twins, and that's all I'm saying. And then you see
Alberto.
Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, you missed your cue almost.
Almost. Gotta get used to that.
what
Yeah.
was this pre-tape about? I don't remember.
It was him complaining, I think, about the
Oh,
match, and this is where Johnny
okay.
let them know that the winner gets to pick the
Yeah,
match
pick
at the
the
Vengeance.
stipulation.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Can I say how much I love this match with Eve and Natty?
Yes, I loved it.
My
It was a
gosh.
good match.
Loved it. Awesome.
Fantastic.
Really good
Natty is just incredible in the ring. And I think that it definitely shows whenever she's given a chance to do anything. One of my favorite matches I ever had was with her. I mean, she's just so good in there, and she really gets the people. I was very excited to see Eve with another match.
Together, they worked really good.
Yeah.
They really did.
Really
And
clean,
Eve
really
really
coordinated.
stepped up.
Eve's
I mean,
really-
she
Well,
did some
Eve
moves.
has been stepping up,
Yeah.
though. And that's one thing, like, she hasn't been able to show it. Because even when I was on the house show loop with her, like, she was doing that stuff. She was learning how to do it. She was out there with Natty all the time. And that's why just as they were coming out, like, I knew it was going to be a fantastic match just because they've worked together so many times. I really hope that Eve gets a proper push.
I have a feeling Eve's going to win on Sunday.
Yeah.
Just my guess.
Yeah.
They picked a good day to have her come out and win, too,
Yeah.
when they're in Mexico.
Just because it's,
Yeah,
I mean, they switched right
exactly.
from Kelly
Right
And
when
they
they
to,
hit
did.
Torres, it was like, woo!
yeah, they switched from Kelly right away to her. Just my gut, I think Eve's going to win on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
I really do. I think, you know, if she just took a little bit more time getting out of the ring at the end and not acting like she was so afraid of Beth and just taking that one look at like, it's not worth it. I have a match coming up. I think it just would have added that little bit more, you know, and that's one thing that a lot of people have said about Eve is she doesn't have the fan base yet. And I don't think that cutting to Kelly so much during Eve's match when she was doing so good out there was helping that. But I'm rooting for you, girl, and I miss riding
She needed
with
to
you.
look at Beth when she was climbing to the top.
Yes.
And really drive it home because the finish kind of came out of nowhere, and she didn't really drive home that this was for you, Beth, because Beth's facial expressions that the camera kept catching, which was amazing,
Yes.
was focusing on Eve and Beth staring right at her. So I think if she took that last
Stare
second
back.
when she
Yes.
went up to look over at her, then hit it, and then look at her, and then get out of the ring.
Or at
I
least
think
signal for it. Or
something.
have that one
I
catch
do
catch
want-
signal.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do want her to single
this or
for her
something.
finish and stuff. But I think what he's saying is like, hey, this is for you, Beth.
Right.
I see you, and I'm going to defeat you. You know, and that kind of stuff is just, she could get there, and I think she's almost there, and I want it for her so bad. So yeah,
This is her
She's
chance.
going to get it.
it is.
She'll get it for
It
sure.
is. And she's so good. Then we have Punker and R-Truth and The Miz.
No, actually, I think we skipped Mason Ryan.
No,
Not
this
yet.
is later.
That's later.
I know you want to get to him, but we'll get to him.
I
We'll
know
get to
you
Mason's
love him.
run down the ramp, which is
No, because he went. Didn't he?
No.
No,
Later.
no,
Second
we
hour.
voted.
Second hour.
we missed the Brodus Clay vignette,
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that
which
was
I
it.
really liked.
Yeah, they're hopefully they'll push him as a major bad guy for them going forward. He's got a great look.
Is he any good?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
for a
looks
guy that
agile.
size, you know, he's got to be like Mark Henry. They have to push him like a monster. Then
Yeah.
he'll be a monster.
And I
So.
think the biggest complaint with wrestling right now is there's not enough guys that people can relate to and connect with.
Right.
And that you get that over by doing vignettes
Yeah.
and pushing these guys.
And he looks different. He looks like King Kong Bundy.
Well, it looks like they're going back to the old school where they're actually creating the character
Right.
again, and they're marketing each wrestler before they come out.
And people will remember when they go to the show, they'll go, oh, I remember seeing him on TV last week or the week before.
Right.
And it really drives
It
home
sinks it
who
in,
this
yeah.
guy is. They need more of that.
Yes.
Agreed.
They do. They do need more than that. Okay, so next match is Punk and Miz. And I just think that R-Truth and Miz's song is not very good. Can I just say that?
A million times after they perform it, you think they get coordinated.
Well, any more on this? Come on. I only said it so I could hear some more. Anything
no,
else?
No, that was it.
No?
That was it.
Are you
That's all.
sure?
Yeah, no, the song gets terrible and terrible every single time I hear it.
Terrible.
Terrible and terrible.
Even worse, yeah.
Really?
English,
Mine-
speak,
terrible and
English,
terrible.
English speak good, said you.
And of course, he's
I'm
going to use
dyslexic, I
Vegas
said that.
as the excuse again.
And back
We're
to
in
Vegas.
Mexico City.
Well, this is true. We were in Mexico City.
Has Punk said anything in like a promo in the last 3 weeks? I don't even remember if he's
He
actually
hasn't
cut a promo. Oh no, he cut one last week at the beginning of the show.
Yes, he did.
But he he cut a promo without saying anything. He did it with his face tonight. Well, Miz.
And he's good with it.
Yeah, he's very good.
That's all
I
needed.
just wish that with them, I don't mind R-Truth's song when he's like coming out and it's like, what's up? What's up? However, when he turned heel, I would have wished that he would have done a different song.
Well, it's not
Darker.
You Suck. It's
Well,
instead of What's
they
Up,
switched
It's You
his
Suck.
song.
Well, he
He
had
wasn't
no,
coming out to anything.
he had no
Yeah.
music for a while.
Even before that, I think they switched his song. He was doing something else. It wasn't the You
Yeah,
Suck.
because
and then
he
it
owns the
flopped.
What's Up song, and you know how they are about owning things. So they made him a new version about getting crunked, and then I think someone told them after
What that
what that
means.
means,
It's not
and
very
not
PG.
exactly. So they went back to What's Up, and then they went to no music, and now they're to the You Suck one, which I don't think it's even the
I
same
like
beat.
Miz's music, so I wish they would just come out to that at least.
That's a
Well,
good
wasn't
song.
it Miz's match, right? So
Yeah.
they
But they go
should-
for the heat.
Oh, well, okay.
They just need
Fantastic.
to go for the titles or do something as a tag team.
I think mine is our truth song. Him turning heel saved his career.
Oh, he's awesome.
And he's,
Yeah, he's
one of the
good.
best heels they have. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
He's got great
unbelievable.
facials
Yeah.
and you believe it,
For sure.
which is something
The gold
lacking.
teeth are an absolute just
The thing is,
icing
though,
on the cake, too.
as a person, he's so awesome.
Oh,
I
he's a
love
sweetheart.
him. He's such a sweetheart. So it's sometimes when you see him as a heel, it's like,
I mean, he's not nice at all.
yeah, right.
Hey, we don't work for them. You can say whatever you
I
want.
mean,
No, he's such a
not-
sweetheart. However, he's so convincing because
Oh, yeah.
when he plays the heel, I'm like, oh my god, like, you're so bad.
Great match, though.
Yeah, it was a great match.
Fantastic match. I really enjoyed the whole beginning. It was like they got so much out of just being in headlocks. It was just
Don't forget Triple H came out.
well.
yeah.
I'm at the headlock.
Oh.
Triple H comes out later.
No, Triple H came out right at the
well,
beginning
okay.
after they
You know,
sang.
I'm done. I'm just-
Randy toe touch.
I
Randy
fired
toe touch.
myself.
Randy toe touch.
Randy toe
I've
touch.
fired
Facial hair.
myself 6 times today. I'm just.
She must have gone to Vegas with you.
I actually, I was hanging out with my sister this weekend, and too many drinking games. Too many. Very fun drinking games, but too many. Yes, Triple H came out, and he
Stole the spotlight again from CM Punk.
very angrily took off his
Suit.
jacket and his
Ripped off
tie,
his tie. Urgh.
and then that was it. Okay, I get
He
in the
rolled up
ring.
one sleeve.
He did, and that was about it. And then he stood in the ring. And then what happened to where he got outside?
Johnny came out and
Oh.
Immigration Johnny came
Yeah, it
out.
was-
Yeah, at first I
Green card
thought we were
papers.
supposed to hear what was going on.
We heard it over the
then
camera mics. We heard it.
I was sitting here going, what?
Yeah.
What?
Said something about immigration.
Yeah, I did catch that.
And the
And
four
then,
gentlemen.
so I was very glad to see that they did a backstage
Yeah,
interview, or not, vignette afterwards
And then they
to
did
explain
and
what
they did a
happened.
wild line. That was the first Michael Cole wild line explaining what had happened, even more like that Johnny had gotten him deported. So
I think they realized that
they realized it was very. I mean, for the live house,
Vague.
nobody knew what the
Nobody
heck
knows.
happened.
The fact
All
that nobody
everybody
was
see
speaking
was this.
Spanish.
Mm.
¿Qué pasó?
Oh,
That was him. I didn't do it.
So all in all, good match.
Yeah.
The match was great.
Punk
I
won.
hated that they interrupted it in the middle, though. I would have
Yeah.
saved all that for the end.
Yeah.
You build the match up, and then it just
It's gotta start over, right?
yeah, you
gotta
gotta
basically
start
reset
from the
button.
beginning because
Wait,
this-
Punk won? I thought they stopped the match.
No, Punk
No,
won,
Punk
and then
won.
they
Punk
beat him
won.
down.
It seemed like I thought they did too, and then when they came back,
yeah.
they were wrestling again. And I went, wait. But yeah, that's why I don't like it in the middle
It was-
because
it confused me.
everyone's
It
like
was a
into the
lot of
match.
time,
and
too.
then-
Yeah, they went over 3 segments.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a long match,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it, and they worked it the whole time.
Yeah, it
so,
was good.
That was a really good match.
and
Miz,
it kept
Miz
going.
and Miz and Punk have good chemistry. For years they've worked with each other. So
Years and years. I remember down at OVW as well.
Mm-hmm.
We all were there. Like every guy, I'm like, okay, he was there too.
that's the great thing is those pictures on the wall down at OVW of everybody that was there, everyone they developed there. Because we were just there a couple weeks ago, and it was just like all of your pictures on there too.
Yeah.
Really?
The dicks are
Is
on
it
the
a
wall.
good
Yeah.
picture?
That's a drawing.
It's a drawing.
They have someone
Okay.
draw
Oh, no,
Can
they have
Maria
the-
take a bad picture? I don't think so.
No, I took one last week.
Like,
Remember?
That was horrible. My mom was so mad. Can I just tell you how
I'm
mad
taking
my
another one
mother
right
was?
now.
Oh,
We're gonna
she's
take another-
like,
Retweet
why
that
did you
again.
let him
Retweet that
put that
again.
photo
I'm
of
gonna
you?
take another one right now.
I'm going to take one too, actually. This
All of a
is
sudden she'd be like,
Exactly.
I don't know. What?
seriously, I've never seen a bad picture of you. My God.
I took the first
girl.
bad one in history.
That was horrible. Bad picture.
Yeah, that's funny.
Was
All right.
it? Just a little angry. That's all.
Yes.
Was there anything else I missed in this before I move on? Because I don't want to upset
No,
the.
they showed something with Johnny and Otunga.
Oh, this is when Otunga was the one that I think they're saying that helped get Triple H
it's the
deported.
conspiracy.
Bow tie Otunga
Yeah.
with
Oh.
his bow tie. They should start selling those at the concession stand.
In his
They
coffee
should.
cup.
Yeah,
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
I'm sure.
Did
Well,
everybody
you have to sell
see-
something different.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
Did everybody see the?
Alberto
There
Del
you go.
Rio.
No, we're not going to be able to say that without laughing.
I know, I can't help it. I just love it. So the whole entire row of Alberto Del Rio fans.
That was so
For the
rad.
back, that was cool. Yeah.
It's so rad. That's so rad. Okay, so that was really cool. WWE fans, wrestling fans are the greatest fans in the world because
Absolutely.
they just if you get
They
them,
dress
they
up.
follow you forever, and it's awesome. So thank you. Next up, Jack Swagger and Dolph with Vicky. Nice outfit, Vicky.
It's so funny. At first, when I saw her, I mean, I know that there's definitely similarities between Mexican culture a little bit and then Spain.
Right.
She looked like all she needed was castanets, and it could be like the flamenco. I was expecting her to start to
Clapping.
I'm surprised they didn't have her try it and horribly,
Horribly
mess
do
it
it.
up horribly. So
Or
Yes.
it would have been
Interpretive
cool to
dance.
have her do the flamenco, which would have been an insult to
Oh, yeah.
Mexico to go, what do you think? This is Spain?
right.
That would have been kind of cool.
So they needed you on that tour to bring that up.
Yeah.
None of the writers would know that.
They have no idea. They definitely needed you
And
on
a
that
little
one.
guy
They wrote
with
one
the guitar.
Spanish word the whole time.
Ole! That's all she needs. Ole!
Olé. Exactly.
And they announced that at Vengeance, it's Air Boom and Swagger and Dolph in a tag match.
For the titles again.
No.
For the titles again. So that's really cool. What did you think of the match? Tell me stuff.
Swagger and Ryder. It was
Short.
very short, and made
Awkward.
Ryder look awesome. And that's good because they need the fans love him. So the more
feel
the more the merrier
Yeah.
with him because he deserves it.
I feel like he's like today's Scotty Too Hottie.
Yeah, you said that when you
Yeah.
walked down. He had the look and everything.
He's
Yeah.
got the he's got the fun aspect of Scotty Too Hottie, and the fans love that.
Yeah.
And he's different.
He's different
Yeah.
than everybody else they have.
Oh, that was awesome right there.
And then he got saved by Mason Ryan, who
Which he,
slowly ran to the ring.
it was the weirdest shuffle.
big.
Yeah, you don't want that. That's why you don't see guys his
come
size
on.
running in the Olympics. And
It looked like he had to go to the
Exactly.
bathroom really bad.
You could just see it in everyone's eyes.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
Finish the match and
big.
get to the back.
Yeah.
I like to hear him talk more because I
Yeah,
love
because you
the-
asked where he was from because you
You
hadn't
like
heard his
the
accent.
accent.
Welsh, yeah.
You're a
I
sucker
love
for an
that
accent.
I am a sucker for an accent.
Well, a lot of their guys are foreign, like Ezekiel's foreign. Wade Barrett, Sheamus. They have a large foreign contingent. They have like one from every country now.
That's awesome.
It's like they're
That's
picking.
great because there's like 30
Now they
different
have a
countries
Swiss.
WWE
Yeah,
is
they
in.
have a big Swiss guy in developmental.
Who's awesome.
Yes,
Is he?
He's gonna
Claudio
be a star.
Castagnoli, awesome.
Oh.
He's
Okay.
gonna be amazing.
And he speaks German too.
He
Very
speaks
cool.
4 languages.
Yes.
Wow.
Which is 5 more than I speak.
Which is funny when everyone
speak
picks
of the
on him.
English.
Yes.
Everyone picks on him for butchering the English language, but he speaks 4 languages.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
so
really
really-
can't make fun of him for
Exactly.
it.
Someone who is actually educated and
Yeah,
speak
right.
a couple languages.
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you?
I cannot believe that you know more
I haven't
than
even
one
mastered
language.
this one yet. as you can tell.
Me neither. It was the same with Maurice. Maurice came down to
What happened to
OVW.
her?
She was not even able to. I mean, she spoke just a few English words. That girl when she got in the Diva contest and all of that.
yeah.
And I just remember looking at her and I'm like, okay, this girl's got something.
Oh,
and
she has
she
it.
started studying English, and next thing you knew,
Uh-huh.
I mean, look
And
what she's
then
got
she
now.
started learning Spanish as well.
Oh, has she?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
She used to talk, and she used to speak with Carlito all the time. And she was trying to learn. So,
Great.
Was her Spanish better than her English?
I don't know. I couldn't really understand the Spanish
That's
part,
true.
so I don't know.
Say yes.
I mean, I could make an assumption, but I don't know.
It's like when anyone would speak. We talked about Funaki, I think, last week. It's like people would speak slow and loud to them, to the Japanese. It's like they're not going to understand it anymore.
Slowly and loud.
But
Yeah.
I think that's just off of what's the word I'm looking for? Jesus, English
Vegas.
language.
That's
yeah,
it,
Vegas.
Vegas.
That's it. That's the only word.
Let us
I'm
know when you
looking
come
for.
back from Vegas.
Yeah.
Wake up.
I'm signing off, guys.
Come on, Bert. Get it
Goodbye.
together.
See you later. And Vicky slap to Mason Ryan. I think that was it was a little strange because there wasn't any like it was slap and then I'm angry. I'm gonna kill Dolph.
I wanted more eye contact.
Yeah.
When Vicky slapped him,
Right.
have him like looking at her with the rage and then turning and going, all right, I'm going to take it out on Dolph. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that will come in time.
Yes, when he has more time.
Yeah,
He'll
to
learn
develop.
it.
Right.
He's only been, I think he's been in the business about a year.
Where did they find him?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
He
just
reminds me of
Don't
like
I
a really.
saw
I do not know.
what?
Wow.
AfterBuzz exclusive. Thank you.
Jesse, wake up.
Where's our graphic?
Exclusive AfterBuzz.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
There you go. You stumped me. There's a guy. It's awesome.
No, Mike had no idea what
Mike doesn't know this.
what it was
There's a little
asking
man.
me.
That
I was like,
God?
shoo.
The AfterBuzz Jesus.
Watch. God will talk to us. God, say hello. God.
Hello, God.
God, are you there?
Wrestling God, are you there?
Other.
Our systems detect that a host has wandered off the subject. Our systems detect that a host has wandered off the subject.
Wow. Where was this last week?
That was good.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I wanna
What
see
We were
happened
making
last
good
week?
television last week. That's what was happening.
I have no idea. You know, they.
So Mason Ryan.
Mason Ryan. Okay.
The tan Incredible Hulk.
Oh, are we taking questions? Is there any questions?
I'm looking to see if somebody will tell us where is he from.
Yeah.
So tweet me at
I think
Lilian
he's from
Garcia.
Wales.
He's from Wales, but I don't know where they found him.
I mean, when they found him.
Didn't he do
Where they
NXT or
found him.
something?
No.
Not where they're from. Yeah.
I don't know.
how is it he gets from Wales to WWE? That's all.
I just think in this
plane?
match, all the
this
credit
is-
has to go to Dolph here.
Yeah, Dolph-
And you
Oh my
To the majority of
God.
matches.
poor Dolph. It was just
I like his comments in
Everywhere.
the middle.
his
Did you hear him
ass
when he
off.
hit the ground?
He's all,
Well, no, because he got kicked right in the side. Like he got stiffed really bad with a kick, and he just rolled out, and that's right before the slap spot. It was just bad.
He's crawling. It's like, oh, why did I agree to this?
if you guys don't go follow Dolph Ziggler, follow him. He's really
And
funny.
heel
His
Ziggler.
Heel
tweets are-
Ziggler.
Yeah,
He's probably the best I think they have on the roster.
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
he's really
as far as everything.
He reminds me of Sean, just like Lagana said.
He's the show
modern
stealer.
Sean.
show
He's the
stealer.
show stealer,
Stealer.
the natural, the heel.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
we
He
loved him.
loves saying that.
Someone actually they found him on American Gladiators. I assume the UK
Oh, that makes
version.
sense.
Ah,
Totally makes
well,
sense.
you know.
All right, Steve LaFontaine. What was his American Gladiator's name? Tweet me now.
Tweet me now.
Thank you.
Glacier.
By a guy by the name of Fork Tongue on Twitter.
Laser.
Laser.
Fork tongue.
Blazer.
What would Mike Bennett's American
my.
Gladiator's name be?
The miracle or the epic.
The
Yeah,
Prodigy.
Or the
Prodigy, I guess would
Prodigy.
be it. You'd have to come out with like a little beanie and stuff because you're so smart.
I keep telling him he has to like lower his standards of names because he's gonna have nowhere to go. He was the epic Mike Bennett, the miracle Mike Bennett, and now he's the Prodigy.
What about-
Like, where
what
do
ab-
you go?
What
The
about
awesome?
No, Jesus 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh,
That's
okay.
true. I could just be Jesus.
You
You
could be
could
God. And then you could go from Jesus to God, the God, Mike Bennett.
Jeez, I don't know if you're going to be able to be allowed in our presence.
Yes, that's the glow. It's actually there's no light here. It's the
You
glow.
need
of
the
Prodigy. Don't put that there. You're gonna get yelled at.
I was trying to get the glow.
No.
I'm interested.
Oh, Goliath. I've had 3 people. His name was Goliath. I don't.
Goliath.
It has nothing to do with his size. I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
his
Nothing
hair.
at
Not a
all.
good name.
Wow.
Not a good
I
name.
mean, it
people.
should have been like David or something.
Yeah. 4 people. Wow, there are 4 people who know that
4
information.
people
I'm sorry.
know this
More than you.
information.
Don't worry,
More
my
than
head's,
you.
I'm sure they're
my head is
sitting
full of
online.
wrestling.
All right,
Five
so
people,
if
I
you're
got
watching
one.
right now, I'd like a question. Is there any questions?
Do you guys
for
want to take
people?
some Ustream questions?
Yeah,
Let's take some
take
questions.
some questions. Before we get to the main event, let's
Phone
take some
calls.
questions.
I'm going to ask
main
this
event.
because I think this is hilarious.
Oh,
and
boy.
I'm not very well into the wrestling world.
Uh-oh.
What?
I must
How
say,
dare you?
How dare you get
I
out?
must say
But
this.
don't leave.
I did see who he was on TV, and this had me dying. They want to know what you guys think of the comparison between Michael Cole and Chuck E. Cheese.
I don't think I've ever even heard that one before. What?
And then as I
Enlighten me.
looked up on the screen and saw him, I was just dying. That's why I was dying in here.
Oh.
Maybe I don't know Chuck E.
Enlighten
Cheese
me.
enough.
A rat? I mean,
He,
What is
he
the-
is a rat, actually, Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh,
Chuck
is
E.
it right?
So,
I thought you were talking about Michael Cole.
All right,
what
so-
other questions we got?
There's some
He's a
real
great
questions.
heel, though, let me
Some
tell
people
you.
said that this episode it didn't really pump them up as far as being the last episode before a pay-per-view
Agreed.
match.
Yes.
What do you guys think as far as predictions for Vengeance?
Predictions for Vengeance. Oh, fantastic. All right.
Hope they
Any-
break even.
Isn't that what we do at the end of the show?
We can
Predictions.
do it.
Predictions?
We can do it at the end.
We can do some predictions about Vengeance.
I mean,
at the
we can
end.
just. It's Cena and Alberto in a last man standing match.
Well,
which-
SmackDown's been a lot
I
more
think
entertaining.
that Cena will take back the title.
I don't think because next
I
month
don't
he's
think so
teaming with
either.
Rock.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay,
he's-
then never
Yeah.
He
mind.
doesn't have to get beat in the last. He doesn't have to get pinned in a last man standing match. He just
Oh.
he can be pinned under a.
If it was an
Forklift
I
or
Quit
something.
match, you know he would have won.
Yeah.
I also don't think he will because then it continues to build on Alberto Del Rio.
I like
That's
him
the
as
Thank
a
point.
you.
Sorry, you
champion.
did it without being pointed at.
I know. Well,
Oh.
Sorry.
pointing
You are
myself. Alberto Del Rio.
fantastic.
All right, David, what was your greatest angle ever created?
Oh,
Dang.
Jesus
Wow.
2, Electric Boogaloo. I just created it for Mike Bennett. So
Copyright and patent pending.
Jesus too.
Jesus 2. I don't know. I don't like that. I mean, just stop. I don't. No one's gonna know that I did anything to do with your character. I just did those packages for you. That was basically what I did. The original Prodigy packages.
You did his package?
I did. No, there's enough people think that already.
I
your Twitter.
apologize. I'm
Wow.
sorry. You know?
No, I really enjoyed 2003, 2004 SmackDown. That entire run. Just Google that, and you'll find a lot of stuff that we did, including Zack Zach Gowen. That's Zach Ryan.
Can I just read this tweet,
Sure.
please? Laugh out loud. Look at Lagana's face now that he's been cock-blocked by ROH Mike Bennett from staring at Maria Kanellis' body and Lilian.
I can still see Lilian fine.
Apparently, they're very upset because you looked at my boobs the
I did the
first
first week, and then last
you
week-
looked at my rear end last week. So
Then I got to look at Bennett.
You can look at my boobs.
I don't want to look at Bennett.
Hit the Chris Master. Let's see those things jingle. All right.
I told him I'm going to make him do it without his shirt one week. Okay, and
She's
continuing
talking about
on,
Mike Bennett, not me.
Well, you too. Yeah.
Off the subject.
We want people to watch. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Yes. What did you guys thoughts, especially David, as far as Punk not having a mic this episode?
Ugh.
Well, I mean, it didn't sell the other. Actually, I wrote down John Cena has not talked about losing the title since he lost it. Like that, I wrote that down. If it doesn't mean anything to him, then why would I spend $50 to see him try and get it back? And he got screwed last time. He got locked out of the cage. So that to me is more egregious than Punk.
I think that
not
might
talking.
just go to John Cena's character and just not wanting to be a complainer.
And not caring about the title. I mean, if he doesn't care, then like if it's not a big deal to him, I won the title. Do you want to spend $50 to a guy it doesn't mean a lot to?
No,
Yeah.
but what they cut at the end was actually
I mean, they're picking the match.
a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, but he didn't say, I got screwed. It says in a package that aired on this show that he got screwed out of the title. So
I thought Punk was the one that got screwed. Really, I think he should have got a rematch. He hasn't seen anything. Now he's not even getting a mic.
no, he gets the team with Triple H.
This is true. Are you signing him?
Are you guys like what's going on
Gee,
over
no
here?
wonder I'm getting
Well,
cock blocked.
I'm just.
He's getting muscle signed. Here, let me take this picture. What's going on?
Any other questions?
Yes. What are your thoughts as far as last night? Hulk Hogan vetoing Robert Roode as champion.
Didn't.
Nobody
it.
actually knows that for sure.
I think.
I'm.
Well, didn't Hogan talk about that?
Hogan mentioned that he didn't think he would be the next guy, but
And then
unless you're in
Hogan-
the room, you don't know what he really did or didn't do.
Yeah, and I think Hogan's whole point was that he was working it.
Yeah, you never know with Mr. Hogan.
Yeah, and I didn't watch the pay-per-view though.
Oh, that kick to the boobs that Eve took.
Yeah.
Oh,
This was really good.
They're not meant to be kicked.
every time
She
she
just
gave
spanked
me
her.
that. Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Oh, and she's nasty with
That
those
is going to end up.
spanks
That's
too.
going to end up with little
Puppies.
things where people
Puppies
repeat it
everywhere.
over. Like
Oh yeah, it'll be popping up on. Oh, gross. Anyways,
Puppies.
that's what she said.
Hey, are there any phone calls?
Well, guys, if you guys want to call in, 424-256-1729.
But I can't Google it.
We've never taken a call.
no, because we are afraid of taking calls.
It's sure. It's
As it is,
fine.
we're all
There-
fighting
please
for the
be
mic time right
coherent.
now. I don't think
There-
anyone else talking would just be a slap
Please
to the
be
face.
coherent.
Just
When you call.
when you call, please have a question in mind that pertains to wrestling, not to
We are live, people. We are live.
anything else.
Maria, how was it working with Santino, and did you think he would ever be as popular?
Yes, I knew it from the very beginning. He's always been very,
That was
very funny.
Lillian. You were in the Italy TVs, right?
Actually, I was no, because that was when I tore my ACL and I had just had an
okay.
operation the week before.
Okay.
And it's so funny because I knew that tour was coming up, and I asked my doctor, so is this really good time? This is right after WrestleMania and
Right.
like 2 weeks before Italy. I was like, okay, I can do this operation. Can I go on tour to Italy? He's like, absolutely, no problem. Okay, ACL. Okay, I don't know what ACL being torn is. So I had the operation, and oh my God, I was on crutches for 5 weeks. I was out.
That was so bad.
I was
for
out
you.
for 3 months because I was not able to bend down to get into the
Right.
ring.
That's
So
right, I remember.
and walking,
Right.
walking was a problem. I wasn't able to carry bags, nothing. So yeah, why my doctor said I'd be all right, I don't know. Anyway, so I was home and I was watching that, and I'm telling you, I was, as much as I could jump out of my seat, I was so excited.
That was one of the coolest. Like, what was the for only time we did TV in Italy, and when he won the title, I mean, because they thought
I
he was
got
a real.
chills.
They thought he was from.
People thought
from
he
his
jumped
dad.
out of
I did too. Like I was watching it as a fan.
That
So
was
for me,
very cool.
wow. It was awesome.
It
I was
was
like,
awesome, and
Yeah.
It's crazy how they took him from that to where he's at now.
Yeah.
he took himself.
Yeah, he's just
I
such a
mean, he
character.
really did. He loves to make people laugh, and he knows that he studies it too. It's not like he's just like, oh, this will be hilarious. No, he studies it. He goes and he finds different stuff to pull from and to take from. And they say that, what is it? Imitation is the biggest
Sincere-
former
sincere-
flatterers.
sincere
Yeah,
flattery.
and that's kind of the thing with him is he also took other people's moves and would incorporate them into his match, but make them
I
funny.
think more people need to do that. It always gets entertaining when you see a move that you're familiar with.
He's great on the OMG DVD because they have him commenting on stuff. He's just off the cuff. He's so funny.
I missed him on the show.
Yeah, he hasn't been on. He was on last. No, he wasn't even on last. It was 2 weeks ago. He came back.
Ago. I missed him.
All the promos he used to cut with
You need him.
general managers,
I know him and Zach. They
Mm-hmm.
consider probably similar, but he's just on a different level as far as funny with Zach.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
he is.
He's
guys.
just the comedy relief.
So we have our first caller of the night.
Oh, here
on
we
the
go.
line.
Here we go.
Caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Michael Andrew, a.k.a. Dynamite Sky. I'm in the chat room right now with you guys.
What's up?
Oh,
All right.
Dynamite Sky.
Wow, you sound
This is your first
coherent. We
caller?
want to thank you.
You're our first caller. Be gentle.
Yeah.
You're our very first caller.
first
AfterBuzz
caller.
exclusive.
All right, talk.
Should put this in the history books, huh?
Yeah.
I'm the first caller, right?
Right.
Yeah. So what's your question, caller?
All right. Okay. Oh my God, I forgot what I was going to ask.
Oh no!
No.
Epic. This is like a
stage
lot of
fright?
first time. Failed
It's
miserably.
okay. Don't worry about it. It's
Come on,
okay.
it's okay. It
First time
happens to
like this?
everybody.
Just work it up again,
It happens
and
to
then
everybody.
you know
It's all
it'll
right,
be
I just gotta
okay.
breathe. I gotta breathe.
Okay,
That's what she
breathe
said.
harder. What?
He got excited.
No,
I know.
you know for a fact he's blushing so
I know.
hard.
I know
I
it's a
can't
big
help
deal to talk to
myself,
me
you
and Mike
know?
I know
Bennett.
my face is like really red right now.
Oh, that's
Do you have
okay.
a picture of Maria on your desktop?
Don't make it harder. Don't make it harder for him. Or
Let's
softer.
just say my mother is not allowed to look at my desktop.
Oh, no. All right, let's go to the question.
Okay. What do you think about Beth Phoenix and Natalya with the Legion of Doom style?
Oh, you mean their gear and stuff that they wear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
noticed that tonight.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Wrestling is always throwback, and so I think that it's
all the
always
throwback is
great
good.
to echo back to the things that were great before. So
And they fit it.
And
That's
they
the thing.
fit it.
They
Yeah.
totally fit it. It looks
Mm-hmm.
look looks good with them. It's not like I don't know that I would buy it if Kelly wore it.
Or if the
for
Bellas
sure.
wore it out. Or the Bellas
Yeah,
wore it out.
I wouldn't buy it. However, Beth Phoenix,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and them
They're
for
tough.
sure. They're
Uh-huh.
tough. I love it.
What's old
I
is
wish I
new.
could wrestle with that. However, that would be very painful.
oh yeah,
How do you think they would react if they stole it backstage and they wore it out?
I think that they
As
would be
a
very
insult.
upset, and I would be very
I
upset
wouldn't
as
do
well.
it if I were you.
I think Animal would be really mad more than anybody. Actually, he just tweeted me right now. That'll never happen,
Brother.
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 Thanks,
I
bro.
just
wrote
waiting
a heart
for,
on his arm.
Eve
That's
to
what I
turn
wrote.
heel, so I could see what she'll do because I could see a crazy side to her.
Were you
To
in
who?
Vegas
Eve,
too?
Eve, yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
to
she's
Eve.
got some range.
Yeah, I definitely think she can pull off a heel. I am excited to wait a little bit longer for
Right.
that to
Uh-huh.
happen and just keep building her as a babyface.
I think that a gradual build is good. Thank you, caller.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
calling. See, you got through it.
Thank
We're gonna put our next caller on. You're on the line. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hello, caller.
Caller, you're on the air.
Caller, you're on the air. What's
Caller,
your name?
you're
Where are
on
you
the
from?
line.
Going once.
And this is
All right,
exactly
next
what we
caller.
talk about.
It's okay.
I can hear you.
They get
Mike Bennett
stage-
bites.
Maria, I love you.
Stage
You know
fright.
that's a caller on the other. I love you. Click. Lilian, you're my favorite. Click. Fire Mister to the beat. Click.
All right. Well, caller,
Do we
I
have any
wish
more?
that you would,
'Cause
you know.
we're 50-50 here.
Yeah. Can we end
need-
on a high note, Jesse?
Yeah.
Well, I actually have a big question from the Ustream while we get
Okay.
our callers on
What
the
do
line.
we got?
Okay.
Who came up with the Katie Vick angle?
Vince McMahon.
Also, who inspired you guys to get into wrestling?
Wow, I've been watching it since I was a kid, actually. So I remember it was so funny. My sister and my mom would be off watching pageants, and my dad and I would be in the other room screaming at the TV, and Ric Flair and Andre the Giant. And my dad took me to one of the matches at the Coliseum, Carolina Coliseum in South Carolina. And so I got to see Andre the Giant live. It was awesome.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I just had that bonding thing with my dad. I was always a tomboy. So and when I got the call to do WWE, I was like, what? What? And when I got to actually, because nobody was there, like everybody that I watched with my dad, nobody was there anymore. And then when Ric Flair came from WCW, and I was actually announcing Ric Flair, and remembering my dad and I watching him, and my dad was backstage, and he met Ric Flair. It was such a moment between my dad and I, and my dad was like, I'm just not able to believe that here's my little girl. We're screaming at the TV, and now you're introducing him. So it was awesome. That's my story.
Well, that's how I felt on Wednesday. I went out and met up with Lilian, and I'm sitting there, and I grew up watching, and I followed ECW and everything like that. And I'm sitting right next to Tommy Dreamer. My girlfriend's tapping me, going, "Preston, are you really excited? Are you really excited? You're not like really. Are you nervous?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? It's just Tommy Dreamer and Chris Masters." Everybody was really cool, but yeah, no, that was a trip. Meeting, I could kind of relate to the story that you're saying because it was cool just to meet and interact, and it was rad.
Yeah, and for me, I got to meet Dusty Rhodes as a fan with my grandfather, and then I went to work with Dusty when we did ECW together, and I remember him calling my grandfather and pretending that I remember that, and it made my grandfather's day, that he remembered him and all that stuff, so it was really cool.
Yeah, I went, when I was 12 years old, I went and saw Mick Foley win the title for the very first time.
Oh, in that Raw show, remember that? Yeah, the taped Raw show.
Stuck with me, and ever since
was a good episode.
Oh, it was the best.
Really good one.
I still get chills thinking about it. It was the crowd. I've never heard a crowd react so loud.
Go look it on YouTube if you've never seen it. Go look.
Not only did his Austin's pop come out when he came
that's
out,
one of the biggest Austin pops ever.
And then when Foley wins the title with the help of Austin, it's the loudest thing you've ever heard, and always stuck with me.
I think that was the same feeling that I went to, WrestleMania 11 when Shawn Michaels came down from the rafters.
No, that was 12.
No, that was in Anaheim.
Yeah, it was 12.
Yeah, it was 12. That was the same. It was like kind of the same thing watching that, same age. So, yeah, WrestleMania.
I went to a show in Rockford, Illinois, and outside you could see in the window, and there was the Hardy Boys, and Lita was there, and I was trying to get their attention. I sat up on the guy I was with shoulders, and I flashed them. They turned right around.
Oh my!
I did. I told Matt this I don't know, a couple years ago or something like that.
Oh my God.
But I wanted to get their attention so bad.
Can we get a reenactment?
I never flashed anybody, but I just really wanted their attention, so I did.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Very exclusive
That's going to be all over the Bleacher Report for you.
I was
Top 10
19
Maria
years
flashes.
old, and I was so excited to be there. And that same night, Stone Cold spilled beer all over me, and I saw Tori was with Tajiri. That night, it was insane. That show
What year was
amazing.
2002?
I was 19, so
I was just going to say, what are you, like
29
14?
now, so
10 years ago.
10
I
years
remember that
ago.
show. I think it was that. That was like my first time. That was that was one of the first shows I worked.
Yeah, it was insane, and Lita was one of my favorite, and I think she gave me a dirty look, but I didn't care. I just really wanted Jeff's attention.
Funny how
funny
how life turns.
And then later, I'm hanging out with him. It's just crazy how that all goes around. You know, it really.
That's just the most amazing thing, getting to work with everyone I grew up with. You know, from Dusty to Paul Heyman to Vince to Jim Cornette. All these people I watched on television. It's like these people that I work with on a daily basis, and they call you, and you're like, okay, what is going on? Who are these people? Why are they calling me? And then and it's your job, and then you have to call them, and it's weird. So.
And it is. It's very strange.
It's very weird.
First time I was on the phone with Vince was one of the weirdest experiences in my life.
I was in the ring with Lawler. Was amazing.
Yeah.
Looking across the ring and
just those punches.
That must have been a trip, huh?
Oh, if you're in the Los Angeles,
is that really pull the string?
If you're in the Los Angeles area, there's a DVD you need to see, or a screening, the Memphis Heat documentary. It's all about Memphis. If you ever watch Jerry Lawler and want to see him in his prime, Memphis Heat, just Google it. And you'll find it's a really good movie. I watched half of it so far, so it's really interesting. So
Here's how Triple H robbing promo.
Yeah, no, he comes out and takes his suit off. So
He does.
I want to thank the caller because that just put us all in nostalgia.
Yes.
I know.
That's a good one.
And speaking of nostalgia, the top 5 this week is 5 reasons why you watch wrestling or you should watch wrestling.
All right, my top 5, I should say, and this is no specific order. I think, however, this one's the top. Athleticism. I mean, to see these guys performing night after night, and the girls too, and just for me, who's sitting at ringside watching this, unbelievable. Like just watching that, and what they put their bodies through. Oh my gosh, the production aspect. I mean, this is a rock
changed
concert
so much,
or whatever. It's like, wow, what it continues to evolve.
Right.
300 days a year, too.
Yeah, it's incredible. So production, music. I mean, music is such a huge part of the show. I would say music and commentators, because you take that out too, and it's just kind of like both. If you take music and commentating out, you just the energy dies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's a big aspect of it. Fan interaction, because
Yeah.
I love to see the fans outside screaming and yelling and having a good time, and
Nice to see emotion.
emotion, right? And above all, like energy, just
Yeah.
the energy. that
It's funny you
feel.
bring up fan emotion because there used to be a blind guy that used to go to wrestling. I think it was in Knoxville. And people didn't understand. He just would listen and he would know how good the show was based on what he heard. And whenever we'd work at WWE, someone's like, "How's the show?" I said, "I don't know, but it sounds great." You know what I mean? You could tell based on how the
Oh,
crowd
yeah.
reacts to
Response,
everything.
yeah.
And we used to like at the beginning of the show, we would all stand there by the curtain, wondering how the crowd was.
You
And
always,
we
listen,
would
you always listen to the dark
We
match.
listen.
We would
Yeah.
know, okay, all right, so do this, don't
Right.
do, you know,
Is it
and
hot?
that
Is it flat?
Yeah,
Is it,
is it-
Like Chicago, you always know that
It's
building,
hot.
the Rosemont, is
Oh,
always
don't
hot.
even talk about it. It makes me sad
Oh,
thinking
sorry,
about
don't
it.
cry.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
Oh, you're home.
Oh.
Don't you get that way when
Yeah.
you know
That's
the
my favorite
one-
building. If I had to
when-
run one show in one building, it's the Allstate Arena in Chicago.
I had that feeling like what you have. I had that feeling when I went to. I mean, of course, Madison Square Garden's
Yeah.
always fun. You know, living there, and then South Carolina, I lived there. However, when I got to go to Madrid, which is my home place,
Right.
like that was incredible. And we were in the bullfighting arena, and I'm just like tears streaming down. Madrid, I love you. Yeah. What was yours?
What are your
so what's your
five,
five?
Mr.
I
Tippy?
only have one. It's just, family entertainment. And I think it's something that, if you have kids, daughters, sons, it doesn't matter.
Right.
The WWE does a really good job of catering to all audiences, whether it be, old, whatever the demographic is. And that's, it stands for something too. They do put values behind it. And I kind of like the whole non-bully thing. I think, for everything negative that's out there, for something like this that has such a big fan base, to be putting something positive out there is important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm so happy that they did that. The non-bullying.
I think that's really huge,
It's one of their best campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is a lot of them just on characters. You talk about seeing Ric Flair going up. It's all, like if it's not a great character, it's just guys out there doing moves. It's not the same. You know what I mean? There's great stories, great characters, and it's just you guys like Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes and Hulk Hogan and guys that we grew up with, and then the people now from Cena all the way back to Rock and Austin. You want good characters, and you want great matches. The other day I was walking in Hollywood. They have the best pictures up in Hollywood and Highland, and like the matches that are like the matches you remember from every year. Like the match of the year, it's like the best movie, and like there's. This past year, it's hard. Taker and Triple H was a really good match, and every company has different ones, and those are the things people remember, and like great matches like that, and just stories that you remember, you talk about with your friends. Like, I'm really disappointed by the Occupy Raw thing last week. They completely threw it away. It was mentioned like once. Like, that could have been a big story that the company could have been built around, and it was just completely not even mentioned. Triple H didn't talk about it. It wasn't important to him that he lost his job. So
Triple
why
H
would I
didn't even
care?
talk.
And why would I care the next time? So it's like stories. And then I'm just reading Mike Bennett's list here. Top 5 reasons to watch wrestling. Me. So,
Ring of Honor.
There's 6 me's. I don't know why if there's 5. Your math sucks.
Sorry.
Vegas.
I had to add an extra.
Sorry.
I needed
Mexico.
an extra one
Yeah,
just to get
one
his
more.
point
Vegas.
One
across.
was from Brutal Bob. So, what are your 5? I only did 2.
Well, no, I don't really have a top 5. It's the collection of wrestling as a whole. I don't think there's any show like it ever anywhere. I think it's better than the circus. It's better than a rock concert. It's better than a play. It mixes everything.
Right.
You have the best actors, the athletes, and these guys put their bodies on the line day in and day out, and they're so talented. And I don't think people realize just how much they do, because, I mean, we sit here and we talk about it, but these guys are out there every single night, 4 or 5 days a week on the road, and they still put on shows like this. And it's not just the WWE. There's the independents. And if you get a chance to check out a really good independent or your local wrestling, go check it out.
What are some of the independents that you really enjoy?
There's a one in Connecticut, Northeast Wrestling, by a promoter named Mike O'Brien, and he packs in gymnasiums. And if you've ever been in a sold-out gymnasium with 2,000 screaming kids, it's crazy. And it's not only supporting wrestling, but you support the guys who aren't on TV and making the 6 figures a year. And Ring of Honor, of course. If you ever get the chance to check out a Ring of Honor show,
They're starting to tour more in this.
Yeah.
In December, they're going to Greenville. Is it Spartanburg, South Carolina, and what's Greensboro, and they're running different towns that they're on in the TV market. So if you can watch it, go see it, because the card's not that great. Okay, just go. You know what I mean? Go
The
enjoy.
energy
Yeah, go
in
see
a
something
live show
different.
is
I've
great.
been to the Michael Bryan show.
Yeah.
I've also been to the Ring of Honor shows many times over a vast number of years. So it's like going to those shows brings back the love that I have for wrestling sometimes.
Go out and
Like,
see it.
just
I joke about it, but the Ring of Honor fans, if you can get to a show, they're the most hardcore. It reminds me of the old ECW fans.
I was talking to Tommy Dreamer about that too.
Yeah.
Just before internet and everything like that, like you used to have to go and hunt for tapes, like VHS. Like
used to trade them. That's how I made a lot of some of my best friends in wrestling are people I used to trade tapes with.
wow.
You know, like,
and I used to have a crazy collection.
Yeah, like 20 years ago, we used to trade down. Like YouTube has changed that completely. If you wanted to see Tommy Dreamer 15 years ago, I would have to mail you a tape. Literally go like make a dupe of it. Have the generation be down. It's like kids now just type something into Google and it pops up. It's just really like the finding of things doesn't happen as much as it used to.
Kids, just imagine when you guys burn CDs and rip music, you can't do that. You actually had to get up and look. You guys had to go figure it out. People got flyers. You didn't get Twitters here. This is what I'm talking about. Old school fans. That's why.
Yeah. It's just interesting how things change and technology changes stuff, but you still have to support that stuff. You can't download it illegally. I mean, and then bitch about it. I always say if you download something illegally, you have no voice in what that product or what that
right,
should do.
because you didn't pay for it.
Right.
You didn't, you didn't spend your money that you worked hard for. So
you have no voice.
no voice.
Yeah,
None
if you don't
whatsoever.
like it,
then there's the
If you don't like
upside.
it, leave. I mean, that's my big thing. It's like if you don't, why do you torture yourself? Like I may not like certain aspects of what happens on Raw, but I love the sport of it. And I want everything to get better. I wouldn't have taken the job that I took this week if I didn't want to have other stuff get better. You know what I mean? Like you have to want to be involved, or don't just watch it and enjoy it. You can't be half pregnant. Remember Vince always used to say you can't be half pregnant.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
I'd like to see someone try.
A lot of people like complaining, but nobody actually likes doing
Right.
something about it. You know, and if it, just like last week, your voice gets heard. And, and if you're not afraid to speak up, then
And I think it's important.
Very
It's so important. And because I love wrestling so much is why I speak up and why I say the things that I do, because I love those girls. I sat with those girls in the car when someone's crying and she wants more time or she wants to learn something. And she's just upset because she had this giant dream of something and it didn't quite come true. And so those are excellent reasons to speak up and to say things and to not be afraid, because fear, I think, is one of the biggest creativity killers. It kills your creativity. And so I'm always so excited watching, and that's kind of brings me to my top 5 is some of these guys come up with their own stuff. It's their creativity. You're watching
an art form, if you will.
An art form. You're watching their painting being drawn. You're seeing it. You're watching them create it. Just like we were just talking about Santino. Like Santino, he was given an idea,
Right.
and then he had to take it and run with it. And I
He
think
did.
it's so cool to be watching it and to feel like you're a part of it. Another thing for me would be just the fact that it's multi-generational. Like my grandma loves Dusty Rhodes, loves him. We were talking about him in the car this past weekend.
That was my top 5
Baby
entrance
doll,
music.
thank you for that,
And
baby.
it-
Thank you.
Exactly. And like you can pass it down. Like someday when I have kids, I'll pass it down to them as well. And whatever they want to do with it, fine. But like I love that part of it, that family part of it, that you can bring the family to it. Also, if you've ever been to a show, the feeling,
Crazy.
The
the
energy
feeling,
is so
and
awesome.
sitting in it. I'm planning on going to a show coming up, and I might wear a mask or something so that I can enjoy the show.
I know that is the one thing when we have the opportunity to go. For us, we have to hide, or we backstage. It's just not the same.
No, you got to be out in it.
Nothing
We
like
have to
nothing
get
like
out
sitting
there.
front
In it.
row.
In it,
and
yeah.
feel it, and the people next to you getting
Otherwise-
angry and yelling at other people, going, "Oh, why did they do that to this person?" And
Yeah,
the
it's
ref, get
awesome.
on your game, whatever. I also love the language of wrestling. Like there is a specific language of it, and when you're in it and you're conversing with it, or you're in the ring or you're backstage, there is a language of wrestling, and that makes it your family. And it's such a family. Like you have your own quirks with your family at home, just like you do in
Well, you
wrestling.
gotta, it's work too, and people you work with, you spend 8 hours a day with them, on the road with them. You spend more time with them than you do your normal family. So that
It is definitely.
And since we have a Spanish theme, it's el lenguaje de la lucha libre, the language of wrestling.
And it sounds so much better coming out of your voice, out of your mouth, with your voice. But I think the top reason is just support these guys, because no matter if they're indie wrestlers on their way up, or if they're wrestling for WWE or TNA or small company, whatever it is, like These guys work so hard, and if you want to continue seeing wrestling, then you have to go and you
People,
have to
if-
watch and you
like,
have to support.
If you like this, if you like wrestling, support it.
Right.
Support it.
I'm going to embarrass Mike here because the TV match that he has that airs this Saturday, it's him and Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
And,
Jay Lethal.
And for all the trolls that don't like Mike, there's actually a This Is Wrestling chant in that match, which one person really fell out of their chair.
awesome.
He's really good.
It's a really great match.
good.
You need to go out of your way and see from the last TV taping we had.
And where can you find that?
That'll be on ROHWrestling.com next week.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll be watching it because
Tag
I
me in
was
it.
very upset I couldn't go to it.
Retweet.
I was supposed to be there that night.
Guys,
was it that night?
this episode has felt so good.
Yes.
We're like getting back
very
to
positive
the love.
energy.
There's a lot of love.
Right, there's a lot of love.
I
for
had a
wrestling.
point on this one of like,
Last
we
week.
just
need
got
to
hit
I
up
think
on
it was
Twitter
the
for my
it was the
VHS
venom.
tapes.
It was the venom of last week's bad Raw that just kind of funneled into our
You
negative
guys
energy.
were like a little too hot for me.
Yes, that's on
I
this side of
loved
the
it.
table.
I loved every
Made
moment
for
of
good
it. We do
television.
need to mention the main event of the evening, which was JR and John Cena, and then it was
Alberto del Rio.
She got it.
I just got
and Michael Cole. Fantastic.
You want to talk about what Michael Cole was wearing?
I know.
Dude, I'm sorry. But I do not want to see that.
No offense, Michael Cole, but really?
Yes. Oh.
I do not
Really?
have any desire to see that.
Oh my gosh.
I got coin purse.
Too much camel toe. Too much camel toe for you.
mammal toe.
Too much everything.
Mangina?
Everything.
Mangina.
Like,
Yeah, it was
just
not good.
please, just
Although, that's the way it was supposed to
Heat.
be. Over the
Yes.
top.
He's supposed to
It was
look like
over
that.
the top and
They,
orange.
they are entertaining the audience of two.
No, Vince
John,
McMahon.
the Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn. That was to make them laugh.
nice.
So
I really enjoyed
Alberto del Rio.
and John Cena in the ring. That was fantastic. Completely changed my mind about him. I hadn't really seen that. I'm just amazed. I can't wait to watch more of him.
yes.
I hope I get
He's
to see more
awesome.
next week.
I like Alberto Del Rio.
I am, he's one of my favorites.
I don't
now.
think John Cena gets enough credit either, though.
John knows how to
We
have.
said that last week.
Yeah.
John,
I
John
think
knows how to have.
he's
He's
overly
really
positive,
good.
though. Sometimes it's overkill.
Yeah, I just think with his in-ring work, he gets crapped on a lot, and he's really good.
He's almost.
When is the last time you saw him in a bad pay-per-view main event?
He knows how to have money
not at all.
matches. It's a
he
skill.
does what he does really well,
Yeah.
and there's a talent to that. And I think just because he's not Shawn Michaels or one of the greats, he still does what he does really. He's like The Rock. The
Right.
Rock wasn't the best technically, but he was really
Knows how
good
to tell a
at what
story.
he did.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
He's entertaining.
Exactly.
He's been on top for 7 years, which Hogan wasn't on top as long and had to do as many TV main events as John Cena. John Cena's been on every Monday Night Raw since 2006, minus the injury time.
And no matter what the move is if it starts off a little messed up, he will fix it. I have seen him more time power someone into something after
strong
something,
mofo.
and he will not
really
let
strong.
a move defeat him. And I love that about him as well because it could go so horribly wrong, but he's like, no, I am strong enough. I don't care who you are. I will figure this out. I love that. I love that energy.
Never say die attitude.
Yes, exactly. So do you guys want to do predictions?
Yes.
Sure.
Predictions, possibly?
Right.
Do we have a thing?
Jesse.
Oh, there it is. It's over. That was
Oh.
short. That was not
That
as
was
good.
so quiet. What the heck?
we-
What
we've-
is going on with the
upgraded.
short
Everybody went to
excitement
Vegas with me,
today?
guys. I took AfterBuzz with me. We were doing a bunch of things out there.
The short excitement today. You
What
know,
happened, Jesse?
Your
needs to build-
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
That's fun.
There we go. That was the one I wanted.
Fantastic. Vengeance
Alberto.
predictions. Okay, so you for the Alberto del
Alberto del Rio.
and the Cena match. Any predictions?
I go
Yes?
Alberto.
I go
Okay.
Alberto.
Alberto.
Albert.
Alberto. Say it right. Come on.
Well, I thought Cena, but I've been.
I don't see them putting the
No,
belt
I don't
back
see
on
it.
Cena.
If Rock's
until-
come back
If
next month,
it was
no
an
way.
I Quit match, I would
He
have said
hasn't
John Cena. But
like you were saying, John hasn't passionately been stating why he wants that belt back.
Right.
so that means that he.
Yeah, it's just it won't make sense.
And they've changed it so many times.
And it's
yeah, I think
also
they're kind
a
of
way.
lost too with where they want to go with it.
It's also a way to keep Alberto, to keep him on top.
Yeah.
You know, and keep him important and all of that.
Yes.
Alberto just tweeted me. He says you have to say his full name.
Alberto del Rio.
Good.
I think as much as it sucks,
Said
too,
gracias.
Cena's got bigger plans in the future.
Yeah, I mean,
so
him and
putting the
Rock's-
title on him now wouldn't be.
Yeah, it just
He
doesn't
has
make
The
sense.
Rock in WrestleMania, and he'll get the title before that.
Yeah.
But not now.
Fantastic. Okay, and the tag match.
Oh, it's Triple H and Punk against Miz and R-Truth.
R-Truth.
Uh-huh.
I don't see Punk
I don't see a
and
victory.
Triple H getting along.
No. I see
No contest.
R-Truth and Miz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prediction.
No contest.
No contest. Okay,
No
fantastic.
winner, no loser.
The Dolph and is it Dolph and who?
Swagger.
Dolph and
Swagger
against the
against
Airborne.
Airborne. Yes.
Airboom.
Boom.
I think Airboom.
Airboom.
I think they're going to keep it.
Airboom.
Yeah.
They need to build. They need to build that
Build
tag
that
team.
Actually,
They need to build value for that belt.
That might actually be
ASAP.
changing to a single match. I think I read something this morning. So either way, I don't see the tag match changing. Tag titles changing.
Was it not weird to not see them on the show?
That was kind of odd. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're champions and there's a title match and they don't.
No, we
if they
don't
don't
see it.
care.
Nothing.
They don't want to blow their load for SmackDown though.
But
'Cause it's the
five,
Super Show,
5
you
million
know,
versus
overkill.
3 million. I'd rather hit the 5 million with the more important match.
Is there extra lights in here? Why am
Is
I
it really
so
cold?
1,000 degrees?
I'm usually
in
really cold
It
in
is
here, and
hot.
I keep wiping
It
my
did
upper
get
lip
hot.
like a fat man going in heat. It's
It
crazy.
did get hot. Like,
Okay,
really did.
I'm just sorry I brought it up,
No,
but
it's okay.
I
You're
You're
thought
the
maybe
one
that
I
was
was
crazy.
You brought
okay.
this one.
Well,
There's
the
extra.
heater,
I'm a heater.
Extra heat.
my
There's
personal
all the
heater.
heats on this side of the table. As usual.
I don't know. This one's been bringing heat
And,
too.
He's been good this week.
I just reak of Jameson and Bud Light, so
what she
don't worry
said.
about me.
It's just spewing out.
right
of your
after
pores.
she said already.
And we got,
And the girls' match.
Eve and Natalia.
I say Eve.
Eve.
Even though I
Eve.
like Natalia's new finishing move, I'm interested in seeing that one.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anybody else? Am I missing people?
Mark Henry and Big Show. for
Oh,
the
yes.
title. I said
Ooh.
Mark Henry.
Mark
Mark
Henry.
Henry.
Mark
I
Henry.
I hope big Mark
Ooh, I
Henry
wanna
takes
see
it, but
that one.
it'll be a good
That'll be
match.
good.
I really want to see that one.
Again,
All right.
Big Show's fired up.
nothing-
Make
Big
sure
Show
you
He hasn't been on
catching
Raw at all. It
vengeance.
was really
I
weird.
know.
He was
Really
supposed to be
weird.
there when Triple H came back. They said that he was guaranteed to be there, and he didn't show up.
Has he been on SmackDown?
He has
He's
done
been-
all this stuff with him on
he's
SmackDown.
been
Well, maybe
killing
they're
SmackDown.
trying to.
They're probably trying
yeah,
to protect him, which is good.
Trying to protect him, and
They're probably going to go
yeah.
2 with it. So
No,
Hey.
SmackDown's been interesting, a lot more interesting since they started the Super Show and crossing it
the
over.
ratings have gone up every week on SmackDown.
Well,
Great.
after
Yeah,
last
which
week.
I think Mark Henry has a lot to do with it because he's interesting, he's new, and he's pretty unbeatable, which is interesting, I think, as for
awesome.
characters.
Yeah. No, that's great. Maybe we'll do an after show on SmackDown someday. All right. Well, cool. That was. I can't wait to see Vengeance now. Make sure everybody at home you check out Vengeance on Sunday. It sounds like it's going to be a great show. And is there anything else? Yes.
I
No?
just want to. This is completely out of wrestling.
Well, that's okay.
You're allowed to do
because-
that.
However, it just watched. It kind of has to do with the wrestling ring or a ring. I just watched the movie with Hugh Jackman, Real Steel.
How was it?
Loved it.
Really?
Loved it.
I'll have to wait
Like
for video.
really a lot of fun.
Definitely
Video.
check
It's
it
at.
out.
It's right now.
I know.
It's out in the movies.
That's work. I gotta
Experience it.
Oh, actually, I just
In
got
the
a,
theater.
I got
I
a
like to
tweet in.
experience.
Someone
It's-
wants to know who got the toy last week.
Who got what toy?
Who got the
Who
toy?
got the Jake the
You're
Snake?
supposed
who,
to- you were
who won the
supposed to
contest
pick.
from last week?
Oh.
Well, right now, we'll see some of the
Nobody-
matches they had us in.
You were in a lingerie pillow fight with Maria. You're gonna lose.
I got an oatmeal. I saw an oatmeal match was a pretty funny one. I laughed at.
I've
Well,
done
for
Yeah,
Greg
we have to
Miller.
pick, we have to
I've
pick
done-
a winner. So
Yeah,
I
well-
guess it's up to you. Pick a winner.
Is it all right?
Pick your
let's
nose
do-
or pick a
Well,
winner.
so what's the options?
Let's do it.
Oatmeal.
What was it? What was that? Someone tweet me the best match and I'll ship it out. Let's do this.
You're in charge.
At Mr. to the P. Or at them if they have like 1 million times more followers than I do. my,
At
three,
Mr.
my,
to
my,
the
Twitter
P.
envy.
my 30 followers that are wrestling fans, everyone else is like,
So basically, we're extending it another
We're
week.
extending it another week because
well, you know what though? It's going to keep piling up. I'm just going to bring more toys in.
Not,
I'm going to bring
you
more
know,
toys in.
Somebody has
It's
to do
his
their
fault.
job.
This
Hey,
guy.
I was
Of
just
course.
fighting for my job last week.
Back to the well, you know, hey.
I was fighting for my job. And if anyone saw the tweets, there was none. Because there was no
none.
response to Mr. to the P.
No, of course not.
No
I
response.
want to respond.
Funny. All right, now it's time to like
It's
Get
hot.
Get out of here.
Go to the beach.
You,
Well,
have a beanie on, my man. I don't know how you're doing it.
Yeah.
Well,
My guy. My guy.
I think we're going away.
Thank you guys.
well, thank you guys
Thanks,
so much.
guys.
See you next week.
Woo!
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.